The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Game Podcast Network is brought to you by Fantasy. The brand new offer for new customers. Pledge is $5, $50 bonus funds. Use promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Game Podcast Network. It is currently Thursday afternoon, September 18th, here to break down the games for Saturday. I'm real Scott Reichel, once again joined by Lonte Smith. Together, we're going to break down the games for the Friday card. Lonte, how's it going with you? What's up?
Not much, man. Just winding down to the season, ready to get to the playoffs so we can get some. Well, we still got meaningful action in some of these games, but yeah, playoffs one of the best times to indulge in MLB, and hopefully our ground pays off and we can, get some winners in the playoffs as well, where it really matters.
Yeah, I know there are a couple of teams right now that are begging for the playoffs to start. Mainly the Tigers right now, who keep falling apart. Cleveland's closing the gap. We'll see what happens there. But the Tigers looked like they were going to potentially get the 1 seed. They still might, but damn, it's been a mess for them lately. The Guardians, though, are on fire. So suddenly the AL Central division is interesting again for the first time in months. So we'll see what happens there. But either way, point is, a couple of games already happened on Thursday. Mets won. The Blue Jays did lose. The Red Sox lost. And Seattle did win 2-0. And of course, Cleveland did beat Detroit 3-1. So either way, a couple of games that actually matter already finished today. You have the Marlins who are beating the Rockies right now 7-3. Who cares? But either way, a point is a couple of interesting races we might end up seeing over the next few weeks before the season ends. As of right now, looking at most of the teams on the schedule, we're at about the 10-game mark, give or take, 10 or 9 games for most teams. So keep an eye out for some of the races. We'll see if anybody implodes, and we'll see if anybody can rise from the ashes to make a playoff run, like the Guardians, for example. So either way, a point is for get into any of the games here for Friday. A reminder, you can also check out all of the picks and podcasts from the SGPN platform for free by going to the SGPN app in the App Store. Get it easy access on everything in one easy location. Check out the SGPN App Store for free in, once again, a pretty convenient way to track all of our picks and podcasts. Check out the SGPN app. So, starting off with the card for Friday, moving on to the Braves taking on the Tigers right on cue. This game will be taking place at around 6:40 p.m. Eastern, so no day games tomorrow. You have Elder against Morton. For the pricing, I see the Tigers being favored at about -120. See the Braves at around +102. For the over-under, I see 9 or 8.5. I see a couple of spots with both prices. Shop around for the total. Lonte, I'll ask you, because Detroit could really use some wins. It has not been pretty recently. As for Atlanta, they are not any good, but they've won 5 in a row. So they kind of waited for the season to be over before they started to figure out how to play baseball again. I'll ask you what you like, because I'm not an Elder fan, but the Tigers have been struggling, and the Braves have been good. Do you want the plus money, or do you want the -120?
Yeah, I'll take the plus money. Morton, going against his former team. I don't really like how he's like the type of form that he's been in. He's also been inconsistent at home. If you look at his last 4 home starts, 3 earned, 6 earned, 2 earned, 6 earned. So inconsistent as it gets. He's failed to last 5 innings in 3 straight. He's got a 5.92 ERA since joining Detroit. So I like Atlanta here. You talked about their recent streak. I like that. They're on a roll a little bit. Elder's been going okay lately. Prior to his last start, 6 earned on 10 hits at home versus Houston. Obviously, this offense is far less superior than what Houston is. Elder's also allowed 2 or less in 4 straight on the road. So I like him more than I like Morton. I'll take the current form of Atlanta over Detroit. So give me Atlanta.
Yeah, I think I'll disagree slightly. But in reality, it's really just a matter of me somewhat trusting Morton more than Elder. Not saying a lot because they have the exact same ERA. Just straight up, 5.56 ERA. Both guys are not very good. Morton has been struggling a bit lately. I'm not an Elder guy either. I thought about the over in this game as my main thought at 8.5. Elder, it's documented how much I dislike him on the podcast. He has been better recently. He got shelled the last start, though, against Houston. Before that, though, he had allowed 2 earned runs in his previous 3 starts combined. But I do think I'll go with the over in this game. Don't really trust the starters. I do think you're looking at what could be each team getting to 4, which gets you an automatic over with the 8.5. I'll go over, but Atlanta has played better recently, and Detroit has been struggling. Then again, Cleveland was on absolute fire, so they might have just caught the wrong team, at the wrong time. But I mean, you're looking at Detroit; they have lost 6 of their last 7. So I understand the case for Atlanta. I prefer the over for this game at 8.5. I'll take that as a main thought for this game. Moving on to the Cubs taking on the Reds. For this one, you have Imanaga against Lodolo. For the pricing, you have the Cubs at -124. You have the Reds at +106. For the over-under, I see 9 in this game. So first glance, total feels very high. Imanaga has been good this season. After coming back from injury, you're looking at Lodolo, who's been good too. 8-8, 3.3 ERA. Not great recently, though, for Lodolo. He has given up 4+ in 2 of his last 3 starts. But you're looking at Imanaga, who's been solid. Same ERA, home and road. Consistent, giving up 3 earned in 4 straight. But this total feels kind of high to me. The Reds' offense can be quite streaky. Cubs clinched a playoff spot. Probably not going to catch the Brewers for the division. So you could argue that they are kind of just stuck waiting for the postseason to start. I'll go under in this game. I think it should be around 8.5, but 9 does feel pretty high to me. Give me the under 9 runs at -115.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. I mean, if you look at the previous matchups, they faced each other 9 times. It's 5-5. I mean, it's 4-5 to over under, so like to the under. So, I mean, I can understand the logic, and it's hard to kind of come up with a play on some of these teams who we know are kind of just waiting for the playoffs and they don't have any aspirations of winning the division, like you talked about with the Cubbies. So it would have to be Cincinnati or nothing for me. I mean, Imanaga's, he's not been as dominant this year as he has been over the past. He's got some home run issues, 10 home runs his last 7. He's allowed multi-home runs in 3 of his last 4. Lodolo on the other side, he's been rolling prior to his last start. He's got a 1.86 ERA in that span. I mean, he's given up 5 earned on 8 hits in his last start. But, even with that, he's still doing pretty well. His innings have kind of fluctuated, which is odd. I don't really know what to expect with that. My first thought was over, to be honest. That was my first thought. But it kind of talked me off of that.
Well, I want to hear the case, though. What case did you have for the over?
Well, I think that Imanaga may just give up at least 3 at least. I mean, that's what he's typically been giving up. Mm-hmm. And then I know Cincinnati's offense is streaking, but if Imanaga gives up 3 and they go to the bullpen a little bit earlier, then I think Cincinnati can get to him if they're having a good night. But again, that's if Cincinnati's having a good night because they've been so inconsistent. And I think the Cubs offense will be able to get to Lodolo, although he's been going okay. I mean, the Cubs offense does travel. It's one of the better road offenses in the league. So that was my first thought, but you kind of got me off of it, to be quite honest. It would be Cincinnati.
I just don't trust the Reds enough.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, maybe I put too much faith in them, but yeah, I would look at the Reds straight up to win if I had to play it.
Yeah, it's plus money, +106 with Lodolo. Exactly, I don't mind, but I see personally like a 4-3 type game. It's close, goes under. I think 9 is a bit high. Moving on to the next game on the card. Looking at a matchup between the A's and the Pirates. For this one, you have Severino taking on Keller. For the pricing here, I see the A's being slight dogs as Pittsburgh's -112. Severino and the A's are -104. And for the over-under, I see 8.5. Juice to the over at around -122. So for this matchup, you know that Pittsburgh this season has been awful, but they've been good at home. Not recently, got swept by Chicago, lost every game by 3+ runs. They have been an absolute free fall, as the Pirates, who we know stunk, have officially lost 11 of their last 12. It has not been a fun ride for Pittsburgh. As for the A's, pretty good series against the Red Sox. They won 2 out of 3, ended up sweeping the Reds in a 3-game set there. So the A's have quietly been good. They've won 6 of their last 7. So based on the matchup here, we know Keller's not been nearly as good post-All-Star break as he was pre-All-Star break. I'll point out, though, he's been better lately. He has allowed 4 earned in his last 3 starts combined. However, 3 starts ago, 4 runs, none of them earned, so a bit misleading there. Severino has been quite bad this season, especially at home, but luckily for him, he's on the road for this one. On the road, 3.11 ERA. Give me the A's in this game. I don't really know how Pittsburgh has lost 11 of their last 12, and they're laying 112. Like, I don't understand that pricing at all.
Yeah,
I can understand Keller being in better form than Severino, who has not been great recently, I'll admit it. But the A's can hit. The Pirates really can't. And I'll fade the team that's lost 11 out of 12, getting -104. I think it's a great price. Give me the A's.
Yeah, completely agree. I was hoping we get a little bit of plus money on the A's. But, I mean, you talked about it. Severino is a fade at home. He's a bet on the road. No more than 3 earned in 5 straight on the road. Keller's got a 5.73 ERA since the All-Star break, which is kind of concerning. He is off to a good start in this month. But again, I don't really put a ton of stock into what the Pirates have done. He's got a low hit rate, but the A's, they're feisty, man. They're really feisty. I like them in this spot. I would go with their team total over also, but I do like the A's in this spot.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game, you have the Yankees taking on the Orioles. For this one, you have Warren against Rogers. For the pricing, Yankees are minus 120. I see the Orioles around plus 100. For the over-under, I see 9 in this game. So Warren has been quite up and down this season. 8-7, 4.44 ERA. Bad on the road, a 5.81 ERA on the road. He was in good form. He had allowed 4 earned in 3 starts combined. Then Boston killed him as he gave up 6 earned and 10 hits in 5 innings. Most importantly, though, once again, he's on the road, and his numbers are significantly worse on the road compared to home. You have Rogers, though, going for Baltimore, who's been amazing. 8-2, 1.43 ERA. Been incredible lately. He has allowed less than 3 earned runs in every start this season besides 1. The last time he gave up 3+ runs was on June 18th. So for the actual math behind that, that is 2, that's 6, that is 12, 14 straight starts, allowing less than 3 earned runs. My thoughts are kind of simple, but I'll get cute with it. Give me Baltimore first 5. I think that Warren could struggle on the road. Baltimore's been okay recently. Faced off against the White Sox, which I know is kind of a gift, but still they won all 3 games. I think Baltimore can get off to a decent start. Rogers can go well here. I am ignoring the Yankees bullpen, which is kind of, I'd say, hurtful to me because I know the bullpen stinks, but I don't trust Baltimore's bullpen either. So with that being the case, I'll ignore the bullpens. Give me the starters only. Give me Rogers to outpitch Warren. Give me Baltimore first 5.
Completely agree with that. I mean, I think you broke it down perfectly. And I mean, Warren has been good outside, like when he's not facing Boston, he's been really good. 2 or less in 4 of his last 5 starts on the road. His hit rate is up a little bit, but again, I thought the prices should be flipped. To be honest with you, especially with how well that Rogers has been playing. I think what's happened is he's dealing with a blister on his toe. So he exited last start with that. So I'm not sure if he's going to be on a restriction or what. They didn't really say in the report. And to further expand on your stat about Rogers and under 3 earned, if you look at some of the elite offenses, Houston, I would say elite, but let's just say above average offense.
Playoff team rosters.
Houston, Philly, Toronto, the Dodgers, Seattle, Boston, Chicago, Cubs. 7 combined runs versus all of those teams.
Yeah,
that's insane. I like the first 5 under as well, but give me Baltimore first 5 in full game also.
Yep, I agree. Moving on to the next game, Nationals taking on the Mets. You have Alvarez against Sproat. To be honest, I'm not familiar with both guys. Sproat especially. Sproat, I don't really know that well. He's made 2 outings this season. He's been really good. 12 innings, 3 runs total. So nice job by him. As for Alvarez, he is of course, prospect from the Nationals they called up recently. Been good. He's only allowed 2 earned this entire season. The length has been inconsistent, but either way, point is you have 2 youngsters going for this one. For the pricing, the Mets are favored at home, obviously, minus 200. I see the Nationals at around plus 170. For the over-under, I see 8.5 in this game. Mets did a good job of winning that series against San Diego, winning 2 out of 3 at home. They are starting to create a little bit of separation, not really, because Arizona keeps winning. But Arizona lost yesterday. So they did gain a half game so far today. But for the matchup in itself, we know the Nationals are garbage. 29 games under. They've lost 4 in a row. All 4 have been by at least 3 runs. I'll go Mets minus 1.5. Yes, I know that it's risky backing a young pitcher against another young pitcher. But based on Citi Field and based on the Nationals being god-awful, give me the Mets minus 1.5 at plus 120 on Bet365. It's a great price. I'll fade the Nationals.
Yeah, I was looking over on this one. 2 really kind of unknown commodities, obviously, with the small sample size. Both have been pretty much similar to me. And if I'm looking at the last 2 games, Washington did win the last 2 games. This was last month, August 20th and 21st. They won 5-4 and 9-3. The characteristics of those games is they both went over. I like the over. I think both teams will be able to score. I mean, I trust Washington's offense a little bit more than I trust their defense, obviously. But I'm going over. I think maybe the Mets can maybe get close to this by themselves. So I'm going over the. You said it's 8.5.
Yeah, I saw 8.5.
Yeah. So we get 4-4, get the 9. So I like that.
Yeah, I was trying to see if there were any 9s available. It's only 8.5. It's actually
that's
minus
fine.
105
Yeah,
for
that's
the
perfect.
over in that
That's
one.
perfect.
But there we go. Before we get into the next game on the card for Friday, a reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is MyBookie.ag. Using to bet on a bunch of different sports. They have football, college football. They have a prop builder, so you can build your own player props. Check out their motto, which of course sums up everything that the platform stands for. Bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. You bet on any sport you can think of with MyBookie. Use crypto for deposits and payouts. When you sign up for your new account, use the code SGPN. You get a special 100% bet back bonus of $500 for the customers. Look at the G promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. Since the Novig's an exchange, you'll be getting some of the best prices you can. It's available in 35 plus states. Download the app. Get $50 when you spend just $5. If you use the promo code SGPN, get on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN for the $5 to win $50 promo sign-up bonus. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the first couple games for Friday. Time to move on to the next game. Moving on to the Red Sox, taking on the Rays. For this one, you're looking at Crochet taking on Rasmussen. For the pricing, Boston is favored at minus 130. Tampa is plus 110. For the over-under, I see 7 or 7.5. Now, we know both pitchers have been very good this season. Rasmussen 10-5 with a 2.74 ERA. Had an innings limit earlier this season. Since then, he's been going 6 or 5. I'm assuming 5 in this one. Feels like he's kind of back to going 5 max. For Crochet, we know he's been good. Not amazing lately, but he's been good for the most part. The last 3 starts, he has gone 19 innings, 10 earned runs. Last start, though, 12 strikeouts. Start before that, 10 strikeouts. And Boston has been on a heater when he's pitched. They've won 5 straight that he's pitched in, so keep that in mind. So first thing I like in this game is Crochet strikeouts. He's at 10 plus and 2 straight. I think he's in a good spot for strikeouts here. For the side, Boston did not play well against the A's. They've been slumping lately. They have lost 5 of their last 7. Not a great time with Cleveland now breathing down their necks. For Tampa, they were not very good in the series against Toronto, but they won the last 2 games, so they were able to salvage a 4-game split. Won 2-1 yesterday, won 4-0 today. So for the game here, I'll go Crochet in this one. I don't feel great about it, but in general, despite the slump, I think Boston's still better than Tampa, and Crochet is an elite starting pitcher. Minus 130 feels kind of cheap here. I'll go Boston in this game.
Yeah, agree. I like the price. I love the under in this spot. If you look at Boston has won 6 straight against Tampa. If you look at the Crochet when he pitched on July 12th, it was 1-0. Obviously, that went under. And then if you look at Rasmussen when he pitched, it closed 9. It was some 9.5. So depending on where you got it, it pushed or it went under. In all 6 of those matchups, every game went under. I think we see a similar game plan here. Boston's been inconsistent, like you talked about. Tampa, I'm not really a fan of their inconsistencies as well. But with both of these pitchers on the mound, I think we can get pretty much a pitcher's duel. So I like the under a lot, and I would side with Crochet. I thought it should be closer to like maybe 145-ish.
Yeah, I think I prefer the first 5 under in this game.
Yep.
The issue Boston runs into is getting to Chapman, which can be a problem, and Tampa's bullpen can be inconsistent too. So I don't mind going Rasmussen, who might only go 5, we'll see, and Crochet, first 5 under, maybe a juiced 4. I don't mind that for the first 5 under. Moving on to the next game, Padres taking on the White Sox. Now for this game, you have Cease against Martin. So for the pricing, San Diego's minus 170. I see the White Sox at plus 145, give or take. For the over-under, I see 8 in this game. So Martin's ERA is actually better than Cease's, 4.01 compared to 4.59. Cease, though, has been really good lately. Last 2 starts, he's gone 11 innings, giving up 2 earned runs. Not much distance, but you know what? Wins are wins. And San Diego has won 4 of his last 5 starts, so he has been pitching quite well. Martin, though, has been underrated for most of the season, as he's been good at home, 3.54 ERA. Recently, though, he's been up and down. He has allowed a total of 10 runs in his last, or 10 earned runs in his last 4 starts combined. So not bad, not great, but I think you're looking at a matchup that does seem expensive for San Diego, but I understand it. They've not been a good road team so far this season, though. I was kind of on the fence for this game because I really don't want to lay this with Cease, but I don't know if I trust Martin enough to actually get the job done with the White Sox, who have not been good lately. So the White Sox have lost 6 in a row. I think I am going to go San Diego, but I don't feel great about it. I guess I'm on the Padres, but it's tough at minus 170. I'm not betting this game, no chance in hell. But I'll go San Diego. Any thoughts?
Yeah, it would be dog or pass for me. I like the under. If you look at during that 6-game win streak, losing streak. I'm sorry. The White Sox. Yeah, they've only scored over 2 runs once in that streak. It's 0-1-2-7. 0-1-2-1-7-1 is what they scored, and 3 of those have been at home. I mean, they were feisty like after All-Star up until this like little losing streak where they've lost 7 of 10. They were pretty feisty. I thought there was some value in them. So I do like Martin. His last 3 starts have been on the road. He has allowed 3 or less in 9 of his last 10. He's solid at home. Cease is, those numbers. He had 2 or less in 3 straight, but 2 of those games he faced Colorado. So not a ton to put into that. But I do think that we can see kind of a pitcher's duel here as long as Martin can hold up his end. I think Cease will be fine, especially with the way the White Sox's offense has been. But if we can get Martin to just give us a solid 5 2/3, I think we'll be fine here. So I'm going to go under.
Yeah, I don't mind that. It's also why I'm going San Diego, though, because the White Sox have a hard time scoring 3 runs. So that's why I'll go San Diego, but I'm not going to bet it. Moving on to the next game, Blue Jays taking on the Royals. So both teams no-showed the game on Thursday because both teams did nothing offensively. They both got shut out. For this game, you're looking at the matchup between Scherzer and Lorenzen. For the pricing, you see the Blue Jays being favored minus 130, give or take. I see the Royals at around plus 115. For the over-under, I do see it being set at 9 for this game. So Scherzer this season has been serviceable. Recently not amazing, though. He has allowed a total of 14 earned runs in his last 4 starts combined. Lorenzen, though, has not been good either. Got shelled last start. So last start, 1 inning, no runs. Start before that, 3 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs. He had 4 earned in 5 1/3 the start before that. So he's going through it at this point. I want the over, but I don't really trust both teams. So I kind of want to avoid Scherzer in general. Give me the Blue Jays team total over. I'll fade Lorenzen. He pitched 1 inning in his last outing. Yeah. Before that, he got shelled.
Yeah.
I have no interest in Kansas City. Give me the Blue Jays team total over for this game.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. With both pitchers kind of being erratic. I mean, Lorenzen's lost his last 3 starts, 6.18 ERA in his last 6 starts since returning from injury. Scherzer's a wild card to me. I mean, he's allowed 4 earned runs and exactly 4 earned runs in 3 of his previous starts prior to the good outing versus Baltimore. 5 home runs last 4, 6 walks last 2. So
wait, I'm sorry, just to quickly interrupt. The 1 inning performance is actually out of the bullpen yesterday. So this will not be Lorenzen pitching. I don't know who's pitching for Kansas City, but
oh wow! So I had
he's listed on ESPN for some reason, but he literally pitched yesterday for an inning. So I highly doubt he's pitching tomorrow. Okay. Well, I don't know who's pitching for the Royals.
I still like the over though, regardless of who's pitching. So just erase everything I just said about Lorenzen. But yeah, Scherzer's been up and down. I think Toronto's exacting revenge. They got outscored 18-11, and when they lost the series they lost 2 out of 3 in Toronto. So I think they'll be out for a little bit of revenge here. I like that team total over as well.
Yeah, but I realized that Lorenzen pitched yesterday. So the Royals realized, why are you still pitching 5 innings? And they just yanked them. So we'll see. But either way, I think that Scherzer's a bit untrustworthy. So I don't mind going Toronto team total instead for this game. Moving on to the next game, Marlins taking on the Rangers. Remember when the Rangers were fighting for a playoff spot? Good times. They fell off a cliff over the last couple of weeks. For Miami, they're playing right now. They played the Rockies. Not going to read too much into it, but they are 7 games, or they're about to be 7 games under 500. For this matchup, you have Junk against Molly. Haven't seen that name in a while. Molly's been good all season, but he's coming off the 60. We saw Reagan's come back yesterday off the 60, and it wasn't pretty. So don't blindly back pitchers off the injured list. Michael King came back. He wasn't great either. It's a risky proposition to back guys who just came back. But Junk this season has been fine, a 4.48 ERA. He's given up 3 earned runs consistently. So keep that in mind. He's given up exactly 3 earned runs in 5 of his last 6 starts. So kind of like Imanaga, you know what you're going to get. It's not really lights out, but it's serviceable, which might be good enough. For the pricing in this game, Texas is minus 160. I see the Marlins at plus 135, give or take. Over-under is about 8.5. I see 8s, though, in some spots. Give me the Marlins in this game at plus 140. I just said it a second ago. We've seen a bunch of pitchers come back recently from the 60. It's usually a mess. Usually. especially when you're at the end of the season. You can't really rehab properly because you're praying they give you some juice in the rotation. It's a really bad spot for Molly, and Miami's offense has been okay recently. I'll back junk. I don't mind the over in this game, but Texas has fallen off a damn cliff. Give me the Marlins at plus 140. To read off the actual results recently for the Rangers, they've lost 4 in a row. The Astros series was full of some painful losses as well. So I'll go Miami at plus 140.
Completely agree with you. I like the over as well. I know you hinted at it, but I don't really trust that. Pitchers coming off injury, automatic fade mode for me when they're coming back. I really don't. That's pretty much my motto. I don't have any data behind it, but just not something I want to get behind. Junk has got 6.39 ERA since mid-August. He's got no win since August 6th. His hit rate is up. I mean, Texas should be able to get to him here. Now, what Molly has, we really kind of don't know, but he has been good prior to his injury. But I'm going to bank on him giving up at least 3 or 4 runs. And if we can get Junk to give up 2 or 3 and then get to the bullpen, I mean, he's typically giving up 3, like you said. Yeah. So I think we can get over this number. So find an 8, and I would go over to 8.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on to the next game, the Surging Guardians taking on the Twins. For this one, you're looking at Messick taking on Lopez. For the pricing, Guardians are currently dogs, actually, somehow. I mean, this is a guaranteed play. I'll get into that in a second. For Cleveland, plus 105. For the Twins, minus 120, minus 125. I get Lopez is good. I mean, Messick's been great. A 3-0 record, 1.84 ERA. Why the hell is Minnesota favored in this game? Give me Cleveland. This is a no-hesitation play for me. Trap or not, give me Cleveland. This team's rolling. They won again. They swept the Tigers over the last few days. They've won 7 in a row. I believe they've won 12 of 13. 12 of 13. It's the opposite of the Pirates game. Why is this team favored and this team's a dog? Cleveland should be favored by a decent amount, in my opinion, based on form. Minnesota, we saw win 1 game against the Yankees. Besides that, they got shelled. And, I don't trust the bullpen. The Guardians are rolling right now. They might make the playoffs. They've been getting themselves back into the hunt. So good for them. Give me Cleveland. Why are they plus 105? I have no idea. Not going to ask. Give me the plus 105.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. I thought the price was incorrect when I looked at it, but I definitely take it. I mean, and to further, add on to what you just said, they won 7 of the last 10 against Minnesota. And I mean, I guess 6 of 9 if you take out last year's meeting. And a lot of those games went under. I think we'll see a really good game similar to what we've been seeing. I think maybe 5-3 Cleveland. But I mean, I think this is not a mismatch, but I really think this is just mispriced. So I'm going to take Cleveland. I mean, just got to keep riding a hot hand, man.
Yeah, I see Joe mentioned there might be some rain. It's fine with me. I don't really care. I mean, if Lopez isn't going to go, that's better for me because Minnesota only has, 1 good pitcher in their entire rotation at this point? Cleveland can throw out whoever they want. They've won 12 of 13. I don't know if it matters who's pitching for this team. But
yeah, their bullpen's been excellent, too.
I would be shocked if Cleveland closes a dog in this game. I would be shocked, just based on the current form.
Yeah, in their last 10 games, they've only gave up over 2 runs twice. That's it.
Yeah, but I think Cleveland should close the favorite. Maybe not a big one, but plus 105, I would grab that. There's no way the price is going to stand. Moving on to the next game, you have the Mariners taking on the Astros. A nice shutout win today for Seattle because Castillo was dealing. For the matchup here, you're looking at Wu against Brown. Now, this is a pretty important series. Could determine the division. They've been kind of flipping first place back and forth recently. Houston's minus 115. Seattle's minus 105. For the over-under in this one, I see it being set at 7.5. So you might get a playoff atmosphere for this one. We know Yordan got hurt again. What else is new? Brown has been very good recently, though. He has allowed less than 3 earned runs in, 2, that's 6, that's 8, that's 9 straight starts. He's allowed less than 3 earned. He's been really good. Wu's been good, too, so far this season. I'll point out that recently he's been solid as well. He's given up 2 earned in 2 straight starts. He has struck out at least 9 guys in 2 straight. 22 strikeouts in his last 2 outings. So he has been quite good. But I will point out he has been a lot worse on the road than at home. At home, 2.44 ERA. On the road, 3.58 ERA. Against Houston this season, Wu is 0-2 with a 4.5 ERA. I'll go Houston in this one. Don't feel great about it. Thought about the under in this game, too. But Houston's been good against Woo, and the fact is he has been a lot worse on the road than at home. Give me Houston to find a way to win an ugly 3-2 game.
3-2 is a good final. I love the under. I love both of these pitchers. I love everything that they have been doing. Seattle's been rolling, man. But they just have trouble with Houston. I mean, if you look at the last 10 games, this is split down the middle, 5-5, and I think actually Houston maybe blew a few of those games, if I'm not mistaken. So I like the under. I think both pitchers will go well. It's not that I don't trust the offense. It's just that both of these pitchers have just been in such good form. You talked about Brown allowing two earned and less than 2 earned in
it's less than 3 earned in 9 straight.
Yeah, well, Woo's allowed 3 earned or less in 8 straight. So I think he's been solid. He's been solid on the road. I know you mentioned the numbers, but as of late, he's been pretty solid. I think we see 3-2 is a perfect score. So first 5 under, full game under is what I like.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game, looking at a match between the Angels and the Rockies. Rockies are about to lose to Miami. Not a surprise to anybody because this team stinks. You have Ferris taking on Blaylock. Both teams are not good, but the Rockies are 111 losses bad. So we'll see what happens. In theory, they have a shot at getting to 120. I doubt it, but in theory, it is possible. So for this one, we have no lines. The only game we have no lines on, to be honest, the least important game on the card. So if we're going to have no lines on one game, I'm happy it's this one. I got nothing to add. These teams suck. I guess I'm on the over, but...
Yeah, over or nothing. That's it.
There we go. Moving on to the next game, Brewers taking on the Cardinals. You have Mizorowski, who is back, who has not been good since making the All-Star team, against Gray. For this one, you're looking at Milwaukee laying 120. Cardinals are even money. For the over-under, I see 7.5. Now, Gray this season has been fine. 13-8, 4.43 ERA. Recently, he's been fine. The last 2 starts, 11 1/3, giving up 5 earned. So, once again, he's been fine recently. Mizorowski, though, was great earlier in the year. Recently, not great. Pitched against the Cardinals a couple days ago. 5 innings, 4 earned. So, not going well for him. For this one, I'll go Cardinals first 5. I don't mind Cardinals team total. I'll fade Mizorowski. The Brewers are trying to get him back for the playoffs, back in peak form. The issue is he might have set pretty unrealistic expectations for himself when he joined the league. And on top of that, he can't stay healthy. So I have no faith in Mizorowski, and I think this price is understandable based on Milwaukee's form this season. But St. Louis is always dangerous at home, and I think Gray is better than Mizorowski. Give me Cardinals first 5. Maybe Cardinals team total for this one.
I like the full game over. Mizorowski, you talked about his struggles since the All-Star break, but I think he'll get back to it. I mean, like you said, he was just so good so early that it's only a matter of time before he came down to earth, and then he'll probably meet somewhere in the middle.
And he had the injuries.
Yeah, that too. And that doesn't help at all. Gray's been up and down. I mean, he's had 2 earned in 5 innings pitched at Milwaukee, and then he's had 6 earned in 4 1/3 at Milwaukee. So maybe somewhere in the middle there, but I think we can get some runs here. So I like the over. If I had to bet anything, it would probably be Mizorowski and the Brewers, but I don't love it. I would much rather have the over.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game, you have the Phillies taking on the Diamondbacks. For this one, you have Walker against Nelson. Important series for both teams. I know the Phillies trying to potentially cut in on the 1 seed. I doubt they get it, but it's possible. And for Arizona, they're trying to catch the Mets. So this is more important to Arizona, but either way, could be an important series for both teams. For this one, though, for the pricing, you see Philly being a dog here at around plus 105. Arizona's minus 125. For the over-under, I see 9.5. Now, we know Walker is not very good. 4.17 ERA, better on the road. He has given up at least 4 earned in 4 straight. It has been a pretty ugly run for Taiwan. For Nelson, he's been good. 2.51 ERA at home. He's given up a total of 5 earned in his last 4 starts combined. So give me the Diamondbacks in this one. If you want to go first 5, I don't mind it, but I think Taiwan stinks. I think we all agree on that. He's been really bad lately. Give me Arizona early. I'll ignore their bullpen intentionally. Give me Arizona first 5 money line.
Love Arizona. I think it's a great price on them, but especially with how well Nelson has been pitching. 1 or less in 3 of his last 4. He's really solid at home. Philly coming off that Dodger series, they took 2 of 3. Theoretically, still playing for something, but not really. So they're got to find that margin. But I do think both teams will be able to score as well. So if Nelson kind of can't really go a ton, which I think he'll go well, but if he has to, hand it over to the bullpen because of a pitch count or whatever the case may be, I think we can see some runs here. So I'm going to go over. Love Arizona, though.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game, you're looking at the final game on the card. The Giants taking on the Dodgers. You have Ray taking on Kershaw. It was announced today Kershaw is going to retire at the end of the season. I feel like we all knew that already, but then he had a great second half of the year. And I believe this will be his final regular season start. I believe they announced that they will be giving him extra rest entering the postseason. Probably the right move. They might be moving Ohtani to the bullpen, and we'll go from there. But this might be the final time Dodgers fans can see Kershaw pitch a regular season game. So for the pricing here, you have the Dodgers at minus 160. The Giants are at plus 135. For the over-under, I see 8.5. Now, the Giants offense, we know, can be very, very streaky. It's been decent over the last 2 games. Before that, not so much. Kershaw, though, has been good post-All-Star break, and his record has been impressive. 10-2, 3.53 ERA. His recent starts, to mention them in detail, was not great in 2 of the last 3. Had given up 4 earned in 2 of his last 3 starts. Ray, though, we know has been fine this season. 11-7, 3.5 ERA. Not good recently either, though. He has allowed at least 4 earned in 3 of his last 4. I'll go Dodgers here. Send off Kershaw on a high note at home in the regular season. Both pitchers not been amazing recently. Thought about the over, but 8.5 feels kind of right with the night game here in Dodger Stadium. So I'll go Dodgers, but I don't see any value. I think I'll just pass entirely. Maybe Kershaw win in the game, but I'm getting pretty cute here. So I don't really have much.
Man, I love the Dodgers in this spot. A lot of emotion gonna be in the building. They've pretty much owned San Francisco. They've won 6 of 9 this year head-to-head. They're just coming off winning 2 of 3 in San Francisco. Kershaw's he's been inconsistent over his last few starts, but 4 of his last 5 starts have been on the road. Since the All-Star break, he's yet to allow over 1 earned at home in 4 starts, so that's really good. I don't really like Ray. He was inefficient in his last start versus the Dodgers. 98 pitches to get through 4 innings. 6.08 ERA in his last 7. 20 earned in his last 5. 14 walks in his last 5. Don't like those trends going against the Dodgers in a spot where they are absolutely going to be like we always want to back the Dodgers in certain spots, and this is one of those spots with Kershaw possibly pitching his last regular season game there. I think they'll send him off with a bang. I love the Dodgers in the spot. I'll lay the 1.5 as well.
Yeah, I thought there was a good spot to fade the Phillies off of the Champagne game, and they blew a 4-0 lead, pulling Ohtani with a no-hitter.
Yeah, well, they deserve that.
Yes, they did. I didn't deserve it, but the Dodgers did.
Yeah, sorry.
But either way, point is, I can't stand the damn Dodgers. But either way, I think it's a decent spot for him. I'm not going to bet this game. I have no interest. Anyway, moving on to the Lock and Dog picks. Before we get into the Lock and Dog, the reminder, brought to you by our sponsor, Arnold Fantasy. Play their pick'em entries for chance to win 500 times your money, pick higher or lower on your favorite player stats. Available for a ton of different sports. Check out their new deal for new customers. Play just $5, $50 bonus funds when you use promo code MLB SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Check them out for college football and for the NFL. They have a leaderboard system with weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type for any model that you build, and you can win $1K. The bets do not have to win. Just create a model, track 5 plays, and you're good to go for the giveaway. Also use the promo code SGPN25 when you sign up for the Rhythm app. And a reminder, you get a quarter off your first month if you use the promo code. So download Rhythm, use the promo code SGPN25, get a quarter off your first month. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finish going through all the games here for Friday. Time to move on into the Lock and Dog picks. Lonte, I'm going to go first. What's going to be your Lock and Dog for the show?
Yeah, I'm going to take, for the lock, I'm going to take Boston minus 130. I think that Crochet is a little short here on the road. We don't know how well Rasmussen's or how long Rasmussen's going to go. I think Boston will play well. I really think that this is just totally just mispriced, to be honest with you. I think Boston rolls here. I'm going to take minus 130 with Boston. For the dog, obviously the easiest one is Cleveland, but I'm going to go with Atlanta. Atlanta's rolling right now. I'm going to take Elder at even money or better to get it done for them against a pretty much free-falling Detroit team.
Yeah. So for my lock, give me Cleveland plus 105. I was going to go with another play, but in reality, I feel like Cleveland is just too much of a gimme for a dog. I'll give them out as a lock instead. I think it's a good price at 105. I'd be shocked if they were dogs tomorrow. I think this line will flip, especially with how Minnesota pitched against the Yankees. It was not very good. So give me Cleveland in this one at plus 105 as my lock. For my dog, a couple of options here, but you know what? I'm going to fade the guy off the IL. I will fade the team that got swept in the biggest series of the season. Again, it might roll over. We'll see. Miami's been decent recently. Junk can go okay. Molly's not pitched in months. Give me the Marlins at plus 135 as my dog for this one. Moving on to the home run picks. Lonte, I'll let you go first again. Who are you going to pick to go yard in this Friday card?
I like Mookie Betts to send Kershaw off with the big. I think Mookie Betts has a really good series here. He's been really awesome in September. I think he's had a hit in every game but two, if I'm not mistaken. He's been really good. He had a home run a couple nights ago as well, so he's seeing the ball really well. I like Mookie Betts to go long tomorrow.
All right. So for mine, I just want to quickly see what Elder's home run numbers are. They've actually been okay recently, so I'm not going to go with him. Let me quickly just see what Taijuan's been doing lately. I'm assuming not good because there have been a bunch of runs allowed. But let me just see what I can get from Taijuan's recent home run numbers. Taijuan's allowed a total of 5 home runs in his last 3. Good enough for me. Let me check the head-to-head numbers here. I don't know if it actually matters. I might just back the best player on this Arizona team. Give me Corbin Carroll for this one. I think it's a good spot for him. He's been good recently, and you're looking at the numbers that Taijuan has. He's basically equally bad righties versus lefties. Or I should say, once again, comparing his numbers against righties to his numbers against lefties. Give me Corbin Carroll to go yard here. I think Taijuan will leave something hanging, and we'll go from there. Give me Corbin Carroll as my home run pick for the card. Anyway, it's going to wrap it up for the show. Lonte, anything else you want to add before we end the show?
That's it, man. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yep, we'll be back once again tomorrow. Till next time, find me on Twitter or Radio. Find him on Twitter at XXLonteXX.